Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. Today I've spent a lot of the day cleaning up, but I'm trying to break up the videos a little bit. I think it was Revs It Up. He sent me a note. Very nice. I'm paraphrasing, so excuse me, but very nice. Get back to the all-terrain vehicles, or ATCs. So just a quick ATC video, and I'm hoping you guys will find this helpful. Obviously not in your everyday lives, but in what you want to do. Let's start out with a couple of timestamps so you guys know that I'm like really alive and real and all that kind of stuff. So it's about 2 o'clock. It's the 8th of November, 2015. It says it's 59 degrees up here. Welcome to Sunday, and that one's at 66. Sunday and 63. And this guy tells me it's 15.1 Celsius and 35% humidity, and the sun's been out all day, or most of the day, so you can see the battery's all charged. Not a bad day. I've been working in the lower garage, and the cold and damp down there has my back screaming at this point. So if you hear an occasional groan as I'm kind of fooling around here, you'll know what's going on. Anyway, I have that most recent Honda ATC I picked up, and I got to tell you, for the life of me, I can't remember if it's a 185 or a 200. And when we get down there, I'll flash the camera on it, and I can't remember if it's a 200 or a 185 or a 200, and I can't remember. I think it was an ATC200. I think that was the most recent one that has come home. And I need to put an engine on it. Turns out the engine that's on there is kind of unknown. Seems to have a lot of timing chain play, and I just want to, I'm a little nervous about just firing it up as is, because it quite honestly, it might self-destruct, and then I've blown up an engine that seems like it could be okay if it doesn't hand grenade. So let me just go with that. Just a few engines I have immediately handy. I got this guy, but it's got this like really ugly welded shift rod. This is cracked. So I'm not gonna put this one on there, obviously. I never did fire that engine up, so I'm not quite sure what condition it's in, but off the top of my head, I don't want to do that. I got the propane heater up here. That heater is actually going to live up here. I gotta make a rolling cart for it so I can have the propane tank and the heater and all on a cart, all in a safe way, so it doesn't topple over and torch me in my garage. I dug out another couple of engines that I have to move and put someplace else anyway, so I figured I'd take a look at them. And one of the engines is from Stony. That's a crate engine. And I always get a little nervous when I see this kind of stuff, when I see the Red Death. So as soon as I saw that, I immediately asked the following questions. Is it in time? And I don't know if you guys could see this. Maybe if I zoom it in a little. This is always really hard to illuminate. What you should be looking at, there's a notch there. right? And if I get my camera angle and light and all that correct, what you should do is see that there's that F, and I'm not doing it right, but from my angle I could see that that line before the F lines up with that notch. And then if you look right here, you can see those two line up. So that means it is timed nice and correct. So homie likes that, right? I kind of rocked this back and forth while putting some resistance on that, and the timing chain appears tight. So it is timed up properly, which is a good thing. The second thing I did was I did a quick test on the and hopefully that pokes it. No, it doesn't. Anyway, I did a quick test on these guys, and I discovered anyway, I basically discovered about 30 ohms for this, which is a good thing. And I checked out the stator to ground, and I found about I could probably show you this one. Right. Jam one lead in there so that you have good contact, and you can see about 200 ohms. Yeah, I don't have an alligator clip immediately available. Anyway, if you do, right, so I went between that black and red and ground, and you can see the under 200 ohms. If I went between these two, one here, the other one there, you'd see around 30 ohms. So I know the stator's good, I know the pulsor's good, I know it's timed properly. It's got a broken fin, which doesn't thrill me, but you know, I've seen much worse. The only other thing that's got me a little less than thrilled, I don't know if you guys could see them, both studs are kind of busted off. And I have to be honest, maybe some of you guys are better at this than I am, but I've always kind of had trouble getting these studs out. The probably what I'm gonna do is probably I've had some luck with wax, where you heat this up and you dab a candle on it, and sometimes it nicely sucks wax in. Probably before I do anything, before I go inside tonight, I'm going to spray it, because I'd like to get those studs out, put a new set in so the exhaust pipe sits on there real nice. Obviously I got to put a basket on here. The shifter thing is in nice shape. It's got the thing for the chain there, though the sprocket's gone, so I got to dig up one of those. I'm thinking of giving this engine a try for two reasons. First of all, it's a complete engine, and until I mount it on something and pull the string a few times, I'm not going to know what the compression is. So if I do that and I find out it's not really worth the time and effort, I get to stop there, I'll put it aside, and I'll make a decision whether or not to label it parts or what to decide to do with it. This engine, I dug it out, and this engine came on a bike, and you can see the engine's like really, really nice. Right, that stud unscrewed. This one's in good shape. This engine is in nice shape. I got it running. I was all happy, you know, cleaned it up, got it running, and you know, time for a test ride. I popped it into gear, or I went to pop it into gear, and the shifter was doing a bunch of nothing. It just, you're stepping on it and lifting it, and it's like not going its full extent. So I need to get that side cover off and see what's going on with the shift mechanism. That's actually a better looking engine, a much better looking engine. So maybe that's the one that should go on the bike. I don't know. I'm going back and forth. Probably what I should do is I should also pull off that side cover and make a decision about this end. One of these two is going on there. The engine that's on there now, and this is the bike I'm talking about. Yes, it's an ATC 200. You can see no suspension and the bigger tires. That makes it a 200. Well, that makes it an ATC. I'm pretty sure it's a 200. I don't know if yeah, I think there was a 185, an ATC 185. So, yeah, I'm going to smash it on this guy. If you guys remember, this one was the one, I don't know if they didn't tighten the bolt that goes on the end of this or what, but the spark advancer disintegrated and caused me all kinds of trouble. So by tomorrow I'll make a decision, figure out which one of these is going on here. Snowblower project. I ordered a couple of shims. They're on their way. I went through the Hoard. This is one of those old Harbor Freight engines. So I went through the Hoard, and I'm going to put this engine on that. I got the shims once again, so I ordered them. They were cheap. They were like $3 each. So I ordered a handful. I ordered 6 of them just to make sure I had a few floating around. If you only bought one, it was $3 with $3 shipping. Where if you bought 6, it was $3, so $18. And they didn't give you shipping. Shipping was free, so I chose the free shipping and bought a couple of extras. So we got that going on, right? And lastly, how's that for some unbelievable space? There's something you haven't seen in a while. I got these are 3 runners. All 3 of these you can roll out, pull the string, and take for a ride. Important to me that they're like that. Oh, this is a 28, by the way. This one, I got to get back to the torque converter. That'll be another video. So making progress, making a lot of progress here. All this stuff here rolls, so I can roll it right in and out. Though it's got to get out of here so the Cushman could go back in. I got to get rid of those tires there. I'm sure you could see them. See the tires and that wood. If I get rid of that, I think I could straighten that card out and, do a little better with that space there. I got to get rid of the wood along the side here. Right, clean up that mess. So it's getting there very slowly. Alright, so I'll make a decision on these, and you guys are welcome to provide your input. Probably what I should do is, no matter what, I should probably take that ratty black engine and at least mount it on this frame temporarily and find out what its story is. Make sure it runs and it shifts and it does all that stuff. And then then it's available for the next project. And probably, given that that's a pretty decent looking bike, I should probably put a pretty decent looking engine on it, which probably the shinier one, I should fix its shifting, and that's probably what should long range end up on it. And while I was cleaning up, I kind of knew that engine was there, so that's not too big a surprise. But I found another engine in the box. I'll show it. I don't want to dig it out again, but that was a bit of a surprise. The Hoard always kind of gives me something new. I knew this engine was here. That's a XR 75 or 80 engine. Right. The Hoard is always I'm discovering all this new stuff that some of these places like this wall here, I haven't been here recently. A couple of old Rios. A Rio with a Mercury clutch on it that doesn't work because Rios only spin half as fast as they should. Get that they just run the gear off the cam out. Anyway, I'm kind of babbling because I'm tired. I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and folks, please get out there and enjoy all your days. You don't know how many you're going to get, so make sure you enjoy each and every one of them. Bye now.